2:30 in the morning. We're gonna go climb Quandary Peak. And so it begins. 4 miles to the top. Let's get it. Got a little bit of a sunrise. Yeah, final push. 1,200, 1,500 feet from the summit. We're gonna head down now, warm up in the car, and then head back to Denver. It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm packing, and yeah, we're gonna go climb Quandary Peak. See how this goes. I haven't checked the weather. Don't know what it's gonna be like. I'm staying at my friend Jeff's place. Absolute homies for letting me do this. They're saving me so much money for not having to get an Airbnb. So I'm pretty damn stoked on it. Alright, well, it's time to go. Well, conditions look freaking terrible. Can't even see the mountains, it's super cloudy. Now it's supposed to start lightning and thundering around 10 a.m. Originally it was supposed to be noon, so I wasn't too worried, but it's not looking great. I think I can still, depending on what the weather looks like, probably still get up there by 8, some by 8, and then off, 8:30, just up and down real quick, which is what I'm hoping to do. But I think there is a pretty high chance that this whole thing is just a bust. We'll see. Hour and 45-minute drive left, and see what it looks like when we get to the trailhead. It's a little nerve-wracking that I'm the only one in the parking lot. This is a pretty popular peak, so I assumed that there'd be at least a couple other people here, but there are expected storms around 11, so I think it's interesting. I've never been at a trailhead that's this popular and been the only one here. Hopefully this car is joining me. Yeah, we got company, let's go. Probably just gonna run up it, so it'll be kind of a A to B mission. Yeah, let's see if we can summit. It is 5 a.m. Luckily, I'm not the only one doing this hike. It's pretty clear right now, which is great. Packing pretty light, a couple snacks, about 2 liters of water. I have a Garmin because I'm by myself and it's just smart to have for SOS. Bunch of warm clothes, waterproof shells and whatnot. It's about 45 degrees. Looks like sun will be up momentarily. Another thing to note is Quandary's such a popular peak. You have to pay and get a reservation to park. It's like $5. Yeah, still something to make sure you do before you come here. I think you can get it pretty easily day of if you're coming early. Weekends, I'm sure it's much more difficult, so be wary of that. 4 miles to the top. Let's get it. Up here at 11.6, so far it's been super easy. 2,500 feet left, 26, 27, really not that bad. Path, the trail is like so straightforward. It's like staircases. I'm sure it's really just the altitude that you have to focus on. Being hydrated enough and being able to acclimatize. After that, the hike is just straightforward and easy. And it's blue hour now, but the views are gorgeous. I'm not sure if that's the summit. If it is, then this is gonna be by far the easiest 14er I'll ever do, but maybe it's a false summit and there's something behind it. Either way, I'm pretty sure I'm going up along that ridge and over that hump. But if that's the summit, that can't be the summit. That'd be way too easy. There's gotta be something behind it. Guess we'll find out. While I'm hiking up, I'm gonna go through a couple of my do's and don'ts and just things that I've learned from hiking a lot of 14ers and just doing a lot of high altitude hiking and climbing. With 14ers, biggest thing to me, start early. There's no downside to waking up a bit earlier and getting started. 1, you beat the crowds. 2, you're gonna likely beat any bad weather that's coming in, which is really important. You could probably catch sunrise from higher elevation. You're gonna get back to your car earlier, and you're probably gonna have the peak to yourself. Second, probably the most important, is check the weather radar, weather forecast systems. Check multiple sources. The day before, the night before, the morning of. Even if it's super clear, the weather is so unpredictable in the mountains. These storms come in within a matter of 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. They're really quick, and you really don't want to be caught in a lightning storm at 14,000 feet. Third, I always bring an SOS device. I have the Garmin Mini. Makes me feel comfortable when I'm out here doing solo missions, and it's just a good thing to have for a plan B in case something goes wrong. 4, water and food. I usually bring about 1.5 to 2 liters with me. I change that up based on the distance and the elevation gain that I'll be doing for each mountain, but somewhere in that range has been good. You obviously don't want to pack too little of water because you get really dehydrated at high altitudes. If you pack too much water, your pack's gonna be really heavy and it's gonna be much harder to summit. Food, you're burning more calories than you would be at lower elevations. I bring with me peanut butter sandwiches, bananas, apples. Doesn't hurt to bring a little more in case for some reason you get stuck in a sticky situation. 5, take your time. If you're new to altitude, if you're coming from sea level, go slow. The faster you go, the greater the risk of feeling the effects of the altitude are. If you go slow, you're gonna give your body more time to adjust, and that's really important as you go from 5,000 feet in Denver to 10,000 feet at the start of the trailhead, then on to 14,000 feet. It really is a big gap and a big jump going from 10,000 feet to 14,000 feet. Number 6, this should be common sense. Leave no trace. Take your trash with you. No excuses to be leaving trash behind and making these places worse for other people. Respect how beautiful and wonderful these landscapes are, and let's try to keep them that way. If we all take our trash out, we're gonna keep this land beautiful and just, you know, more natural for wildlife and the entire ecosystem out here. Finally, enjoy it. I think summiting 14ers is a huge accomplishment, no matter what skill level of hiking or climbing you're at. It's no easy feat. No matter if people say, oh, that's an easy 14er, it's still gonna kick your ass. You're still going up to 14,000 feet, which is tough for most people. So enjoy it, spend some time at the summit, taking the views, take some pictures. Got a little bit of a sunrise, not much. I'm making my way into the alpine zone. I think that might be the summit behind those trees, I'm not sure. But either way, it's beautiful. Clouds aren't too bad, weather doesn't look too bad, but either way I want to hurry and make sure I get up before it starts storming. Almost 13,000 feet. It's been pretty easy. It's good being back in the mountains, but yeah, final push. It's probably only gonna take me about 2 hours or less. I've only been hiking for about an hour and I'm 1,200, 1,500 feet from the summit. There are clouds, so I'm a bit wary of that, but it's fucking gorgeous out here. The final summit push, baby steps, moving slow, bit of shortness of breath. It's a challenge. To the last part, the last 1,000 feet is the most challenging, but just because it's a little steeper and it's high altitude, but it's still a maintained trail, still class 1. This is a mountain that you can do with any level experience in the mountains, I think. It took me about just over 2 hours to get up, I think. Left around 5 a.m., got up around 7:15, I think. Really wasn't that bad, but it's really, really cold, so took a couple time lapses. I was gonna do some drone stuff, but I can't feel my fingers. I really want to go down, so I'm gonna head down now, warm up in the car, and then head back to Denver. It's been a fun mountain to climb. I highly recommend it, and hope you enjoyed this video. Having my celebratory peanut butter sandwich at the top. It's fucking cold, man. Holy shit. But summit to myself. It's nice being back at altitude. Feels really good. It's just cold and gray. Where's my sun at? You know? Anyways, head down now. Nice 2-hour drive back and get to work. It's just started pouring on me. A lot of people turning around because bad weather's coming in quickly. So I'm pretty grateful that I got up early and got out here and was able to summit, you know, maybe 20 minutes before the weather came in. Hopefully it'll clear up a bit as I get down further, but yeah, it's dumping and I think people are still pretty indecisive on what to do.